Finally, Nick got to see Pearl over the weekend. It finally came out, and if you indulge me for, give me like 30 to 60 seconds. If you do not care about it, feel free to skip ahead. We are going to be talking about basketball in this video. But for those of you who know that I'm like an A24 head, which, by the way, shout out to the guy who is like, in one of my videos in the comments was like, oh, you would be an A24 head, like that tracks, and was like talking shit. I said that like 10 minutes into a 15-minute video. So get rolled. Thanks for the retention. Anyways, Pearl came out. Ty West as a director. Unfortunately, Ari Aster has a pulse, so he'll always be like the #1 horror director for me. Ty West, holy smokes, after this one. And I got to tell you something. As somebody who loves A24, the second that logo pops up on my screen, you know, at the AMC theater, you know, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. I just feel fuzzy. I feel warm. I feel excited. And movies like Pearl are exactly why, because I love the idea of a production company, a movie studio, being like, there's no reason to tell this story, but go tell it. There's no reason to have a trilogy for these movies. Like, X did not need a prequel. X does not need a sequel. But who cares, right? It's great storytelling. Ty West the editing techniques that he uses are just, mwah, they're beautiful. The transitions he uses are gorgeous. Mia Goth is going to be added to the running list of A24 horror actresses that are just criminally snubbed at the Oscars. You want to talk about Florence Pugh in Midsommar, snubbed. You want to talk about Toni Collette in Hereditary, a colossal and historic Oscar snub. And people are going to be like, well, it's a horror movie. She's not going to be nominated. I promise you, the performance that Mia Goth gives in this movie is captivating. It's raw. It's real. It's identifiable in certain ways, not the sort of sociopathic and murderous aspects, but just the ambitions, the motivations behind why she's doing it. You almost feel empathetic to a sense because of how things are happening around her and the way that she's treated. It was a beautifully horrific, deranged, maniacal. I loved it. I loved it so much. Pearl was great. Alrighty, Lakers fans. Actually, Lakers fans don't watch my videos. That's like a real thing. I don't really have a lot of Lakers fans that watch these. Do they exist? No, I'm just kidding. Lakers fans exist. That's a joke. It's a joke. I'm goofing. You know what I'm not goofing about, though, is this one that I have in the chamber right now. And you're going to have to stay with me for just a second. Let me get through it before you go down and are, you know, being ridiculous. So I've talked about this a little bit before. I don't really know as much. I honestly don't think this is a take. I think this is just the world, okay? So I hope we're all on the same page with this. I don't know if anybody else just regularly talks about this, but I think about it constantly, okay? If I am a Lakers fan, if I'm Rob Pelinka, if I'm Jeannie Buss, deep down there is a truth and a reality that I know. And it reads thus: LeBron needs to leave. Until LeBron is not on this basketball team anymore, we are going nowhere. And the reason that I say that is because when you get to a certain point with LeBron teams, it's very well documented, the asset depletion that you will go through, right? The hoops that you are going to jump through, so to speak, metaphorically and I guess quite literally. Not really literally, because it's not Fall Guys. You're not jumping through hoops. The one where you're like skiing and you have to like jump through and you have to get 15 total points in Fall Guys is complete bull, and I hate that one. What I'm saying here, though, is I don't feel like the Lakers can get any better or are going to drastically improve their direction until LeBron leaves. So in the back of your head, you kind of have to, there has to be that clock, right, where you're like, you know, things are only going to get worse before they start getting better, while we have this guy getting paid $50 million a year who brought in this guy who has glass bones and paper skin, and those two guys brought in this other guy who, like, can't make a layup. He can't not lose control of the ball. He can't stop hitting the top corner of the backboard when he shoots a three from the opposite corner inexplicably. Those guys are there because LeBron is there. And you also can't draft anyone because of the guy with glass bones and paper skin. And then Lakers fans will turn around and be like, we have Austin Reeves. We drafted Austin Reeves. And you as a Pistons fan should feel bad because Austin Reeves didn't want to play for Detroit. I don't give a goddamn fucking shit that Austin Reeves isn't on my basketball team, and neither do you. Do you know how criminally insane and shocking and synonyms it is that they're the three best players on the Lakers last year? The two players who knew how to play with LeBron the best last year were Stanley Johnson and Austin Reeves. And like Malik Monk, I'd throw Malik Monk in there too. The three guys who played with LeBron the best last season: Malik Monk, Stanley Johnson, Austin Reeves. What the fuck? I went to Lakers games last year too. I went to so many Laker games. I went to so many Clipper games. I saw that shit with my eyes. I saw it in real life. I saw it in real time. When Lakers fan, and I'm telling you, when shit hits the fan and you don't have LeBron anymore and you're clinging to this shit, we got Anthony Davis, we got Austin Reeves, we're out in this shit. He's not Alex Caruso. He's nice, but he's not Alex Caruso. And even if he was, is the thing. Even if he was, because he can fly, he's quick, he's a really annoying defender. I love watching Austin Reeves play defense because he's annoying. He's a pest. Even if he was a 1-to-1 Alex Caruso, even if you kept Alex Caruso. Okay, now what? 3 wins? We all called it. Did we not? Did we not all see this coming? Did we not all collectively make the same video and fire off the same takes when they pulled the Buddy Hield trade, which by the way was the better trade? It's what they should have done, because it also would have kept. Was it? I'm pretty sure. Was it the Kuzma piece? No. I think it was like KCP. They had stuff left over that they instead ended up just packaging all of it to Washington to bring in Russell Westbrook. And I get it, man. I get that these players have relationships. I get that they're loyal to each other. I get that you think putting Russ, back home is going to be this great thing. But like at some point, you just have to like either stop listening to LeBron or get a new GM. And the whole thing that I was saying at the beginning where it's like you can't get better until LeBron is gone. I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to go out there and try to trade LeBron, because if you think the Nets can't trade Kevin Durant for the reasons that Jerry West laid out, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. You cannot equate the value of Kevin Durant. You can't assign any number of draft picks or any caliber of player to it unless it was literally like LeBron or Steph in just in a 1-for-1, and nobody would do that, right? You can't do that. If you're the Lakers, you're not doing it. Would I have penned him to the extension? I don't really know if you had a choice, because it's not like LeBron also, it's not like he was going to go anywhere else. I'm not saying this stuff has to happen immediately. I'm just saying you have to at least know in your head that riding out this storm is going to suck, because this move, the Russ thing, it just made them so stagnant that they don't have the chips, man. They don't have anything to push in the middle. So while these other teams, you see we talk about, we love when teams just go for it, right? They just make that trade because, they've never really had an identity, and they just go for it because they got nothing else going on, right? Chicago did it last year with DeMar DeRozan. The damn Cavs just did it with Donovan Mitchell. They're pushing everything in the middle, and they're saying, this is what we got, and this is what we want to do. And when the Lakers do it, when the Lakers say, this is what we got, and this is what we want to do, you would see them probably trade Austin Reeves for Naz Reid. I don't even know. And that's no disrespect to Naz Reid, by the way. I love him. And the thing that sucks is and that's also not to say I don't want people to misconstrue that and be like, what, the Lakers don't have an identity? And what sucks is I don't care at all. As somebody who firmly believes and will always believe that LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time, I say will always believe. I hope that in 20 years, when Joe Schmo comes along, I hope I have the presence of mind the way that people, do with Jordan, where they're like, I saw Jordan play, nobody's better than him. And it's like, okay, but there is somebody better than him, though. I hope that in 20 years, let's just use Luka as an example. If in 15 years, Luka has, 5 rings and all these other accolades, I would like to think I'll have the objectivity to identify it when I see it. But the point remains that as somebody who is a bronzesexual, is that even cool to say anymore? I guess that was funny in 2015. But anyways, as somebody I'm in his camp, and I always will be. I hate that I don't care, and I hate that he went to the Lakers, because then it just it just. But also, don't go back to the Cavs. Don't go back to the Cavs. Don't do it. I tell you what, though, being in Cleveland for the All-Star game and watching them, do his intro and that crowd, I got chills, man, because I was like, Bro, he's 100% coming back here, and it's going to be so cool. I know I just said don't go back. I just mean because I just love that the Cavs are having a post-LeBron identity, and I don't want, you know, a 40-year-old, like, swingman. Calling LeBron a swingman is wild. Anyways, the Patrick Beverley thing is cool for, like, the sake of shenanigans, and I'm sure there are going to be a bunch of great headlines, maybe a dust-up or two between him and Russ during an actual game, hell, maybe even during camp. The Schroeder thing is funny. I think only funny. I like him. But at the same time, I also do feel bad for, like, all of the restricted free agents in the world because, you know, the Kevin Durant thing slowing everything down where teams are like, well, we don't want to participate in getting these unrestricted guys until the KD thing, you know, sorts itself out. And it's like, okay, well, the restricted guys are already playing second fiddle to the unrestricted guys. So then it's like what comes to mind is I know Milwaukee is dealing with something similar with Jordan Nwora right now. And that's on a super smaller scale. Hell, he actually would probably really help the Lakers. Wait. Wait. I don't think I can sit here and make fun of Laker fans for being like, Austin Reeves in a post-LeBron world while also being like, what about Jordan Nwora? It's the same thing. I can't do that. Going to be a long year for the Lakers this year. A year ago, I made a video where I was like, this is dumb. This trade's dumb, the Russ trade, and it doesn't make any sense. And the Lakers are going to stink. And then in the video, I was like, are they even going to win 50 games? And then I was like, of course they're going to win 50 games. Because I did something, you know, you do the thing where you reserve it's LeBron. You still have to respect the fact that it's LeBron. Hell no, they didn't win 50 games. Absolutely not. Do I think they're going to do it this year? I tell you what, 45 wins actually, for once, is not a joke. I'm going to go 45 wins. Book it.